Commander players know the most dangerous things on the battlefield are usually dragons, demons, and suspiciously cheerful squirrels. But today, the biggest threat is architecture. Welcome to the Jank Command, where strange commanders, clever synergies, and unexpected wins are the whole point. This is Rasaad in Bashir with Sword Coast Sailor, an Azorius wall deck that takes the initiative, turns toughness into damage, and sends a collection of harmless-looking barricades straight through the red zone. Rasaad makes every creature we control assign combat damage using toughness instead of power. When he attacks while we have the initiative, he doubles the toughness of our creatures for the turn. Sword Coast Sailor adds blue to the deck and can make Rasaad unblockable when he attacks the player with the highest life total. The background does not protect the whole army, but it lets Rasaad safely trigger his doubling effect. Most toughness decks use arcades, the strategist, and immediately advertise their plan. Rasaad is much less common and asks us to fight over the initiative. Our creatures look defensive until one attack suddenly converts a wall with 7 toughness into 14 damage. This list is built for upper bracket 3, focused, interactive, and capable of explosive combat without early infinite combos or competitive fast mana. White Plume Adventurer, Seasoned Dungeoneer, and Tomb of Horrors Adventurer give us the initiative. Whenever the initiative changes hands, we enter the Undercity and gain another room. Nadar and Dungeon Map provide additional dungeon progress, while Servok's Tome rewards us for completing one. Seasoned Dungeoneer also protects an attacker and helps it punch through blockers. Thorough Investigation turns attacks into clues and adds more venture triggers as those clues are sacrificed. Charix, the Raging Isle, begins as a 0-17. With Rasaad active, that becomes 17 combat damage. With the initiative trigger, it becomes 34. Wall of Denial is a flying, shrouded 0-8 that becomes a 16-power aerial threat for the turn. Wall of Frost, Hover Barrier, and Riptide Turtle provide large toughness at efficient costs. Aegis Turtle is the purest version of the joke, 1 blue mana for 5 toughness, which can attack for 10 after Rasaad doubles it. Shieldwall Sentinel searches for the exact defender we need. Wingmantle Chaplain creates flying bird tokens for every creature with defender, giving the deck a second army that does not rely on Rasaad. Wall of Omens and Wall of Runes smooth our draws. Wall of Lost Thoughts mills an opponent, while Wall of Tears returns creatures that collide with it. Wall of Junk can retreat to our hand after blocking, protecting itself from combat damage. Wall of Kelp steadily manufactures more defenders. Defender normally prevents attacking, so the deck includes several ways around it. High Alert both converts toughness into damage and allows defenders to attack. Walking Bulwark can grant one defender haste-like permission to attack and also becomes a toughness payoff. Behind the Scenes gives low-power creatures Skulk, which makes many walls difficult to block before their damage is recalculated. Tetsuko Yumizawa makes creatures with power or toughness 1 unblockable, helping smaller utility creatures connect. Crashing Drawbridge gives the team haste when we need a surprise swing. Stalwart Shieldbearers adds toughness to every other defender. Slagworm Armor gives one creature 6 additional toughness, which represents 12 extra damage during Rasaad's initiative attack. Stoneskin supplies +0/+10 at instant speed through flash, creating a 20-point surprise. Solid Footing provides another toughness damage effect, while Duelist's Heritage grants double strike. A doubled Charix with double strike is the sort of arithmetic that ends friendships politely. Rasaad has to attack, so Swiftfoot Boots protects him and provides haste. Sword Coast Sailor can make him unblockable against the correct opponent. Rogue's Passage offers a backup route, while Access Tunnel works with his printed power. Reconnaissance removes attackers from combat after they have safely dealt damage and can also rescue creatures from bad blocks. Ephemerate and Eerie Interlude protect key creatures while retriggering Wall of Omens, Shieldwall Sentinel, Nadar, and Wingmantle Chaplain. Tokasia's Welcome draws from most of our small creatures. Thorough Investigation and War Room provide repeatable cards, while Wall of Omens replaces itself immediately. Sol Ring, Arcane Signet, Azorius Signet, Talisman of Progress, Felwar Stone, Wayfarer's Bauble, Dungeon Map, and Servok's Tome help us reach the commander's 4-mana setup and continue deploying walls. Scholar of New Horizons converts counters into planes and can remove Rasaad's temporary +1 counter if necessary. Swords to Plowshares, Path to Exile, Get Lost, Generous Gift, Pungify, and Rapid Hybridization answer troublesome permanents efficiently. Counterspell, Arcane Denial, and Darwin's Veto protect the decisive attack or stop an opponent from winning first. Your temple is under attack, can protect the board with Indestructible or draw 2 cards when protection is unnecessary. Dusk destroys creatures with power 3 or greater, leaving most of our printed 0-power walls untouched. Dawn can later return our small-power creatures from the graveyard. Wave of Reckoning makes every creature deal damage to itself equal to its power, which is usually harmless to our high-toughness army. Austere Command is the flexible emergency reset when the battlefield gets out of control. The 36 lands favor reliability over speed. Command Tower, Exotic Orchard, the Azorius Dual lands, and 18 basics provide stable colors. Prairie Stream and Irrigated Farmland retain basic land types, while Port Town and Glacial Fortress reward the basic heavy construction. Iganjo and Ottawara double as interaction. Myriad Landscape Ramps and Path of Ancestry still fixes both commander colors, even though the creature types vary. The main win is simple: secure the initiative, keep Rasaad safe, and attack with multiple high-toughness creatures. Duelist's Heritage, Slagworm Armor, Stoneskin, or Stalwart Shieldbearers magnify that swing. The backup plan is Wingmantle Chaplain producing a flock of birds, often blinked for a second wave. Walking Bulwark and High Alert provide redundancy when Rasaad becomes too expensive. An ideal opening develops a mana rock and an early wall. On turn 4, play Rasaad. Next, take the initiative with White Plume Adventurer, then attack with Rasaad and the team. A Wall of Denial attacks as a 16/8 equivalent for damage purposes, Charix threatens 34, and even Aegis Turtle hits for 10. Hold interaction for the spell that actually stops combat, rather than spending it on every minor value engine. This is an upper bracket 3 deck. It has strong synergy, efficient removal, and a sudden game-ending combat turn, but it lacks premium tutors, free interaction, competitive fast mana, and compact infinite combos. Its plan is visible, and opponents can disrupt the initiative, remove Rasaad, or prevent combat damage. That creates powerful games without pretending this pile of walls belongs at a CEDH table. That is Rasaad's Hostile Architecture department, a deck where the safest-looking permanent may be 1 attack away from dealing 34 damage. The complete list will be linked on Moxfield. If you enjoy obscure commanders and unreasonable card interactions, subscribe to the Jank Command. Until next time, never underestimate a 0-power creature with excellent structural integrity.